Prestissima here. Today we are going to learn a Kentucky mountain folk song called On Top of Old Smokey. And we're going to play some dynamics and articulations. So let's get started. Here we go. On Top of Old Smokey uses notes from the C major scale. Let's practice our C major scale. So we're going to start on C. Ready? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, back down, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Good job. Let's look at our time signature. So we're in 3/4, meaning we get 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. So when we look here, this is a quarter note, but there's only one. This is a pickup measure, and so that means it must be beat 3. So that's beat 3, and then we'll go to beat 1. So we're going to go through and count all the beats with the subdivisions in the song. If you have the book, you can go ahead and write them in, okay, including the subdivisions. You can write them in underneath and above if you like, but we'll just go ahead and count them out loud. Now I took a peek through the whole song, and there are no eighth notes in it. But for practice, I'm going to go ahead and count all the subdivisions anyway. Okay, so we'll start here. I'll count off 1 and 2, and then we'll start. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, let's take a look at these curved lines, okay? Now, is that a tie or a slur? Let's see. It's going from A, and then it's going to A again. It's going to the same note. So that's going to be a tie, okay? Let's look at the next one. Okay, it looks like it's going from G to G, same note, so that's a tie, means you're going to keep holding it. And then there's another one, and it's the same note again, so that's a tie as well. Okay, let's keep looking. What's that one? Is that a tie or a slur? That's going to from D to a D, so that's a tie. Very good. Now let's keep going. This is a C going to a C, so this is a tie. Very good. And this is going to another C, so that's a tie. Excellent. The default manner of playing is legato. So if you see no markings, like in the right hand here, right? We don't see any markings for it. We're going to go ahead and play it legato. And especially since it's a melody, we're going to play it like a beautiful song. And I will count the subdivisions with you while we do it, okay? So it's going to start on C with our right hand. I'll count 1 and 2 and then we'll come in on 3 and, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now let's take a look at the left hand. Do we notice anything different here? Maybe some articulations? What do we see here? We see the dots, right? That means staccato, or short and bouncy. So let's see what that sounds like. How we're going to play these notes short and bouncy, it would sound kind of like this. So fun! Okay, so that's staccato. Let's see if we can just play all of it like that, okay? Looks like if you go through, you're going to see staccatos everywhere. So these are all staccato, staccato. They're all staccato. Okay, we just have to make sure to count our rests, and we're good to go. So I'll count you in and then we'll try to go. Okay, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, now let's see if there are any dynamics. So what do we see here? Look, I see an F here for forte, or also for loud, right? Okay, and what else do I see? In the left hand, I see P for piano or for soft. So that tells me that we're going to play this right hand melody loud while we're going to play the left hand staccato part softer, okay? And then doesn't seem to be any other markings there for the dynamic, so we're going to play the right hand louder than the left hand throughout the whole piece, okay? Now, it's a challenge to play one hand louder than the other, okay? But this is something that we want to be able to do when we play piano, so we're going to keep practicing it, okay? Let me give you an example. So we're going to play forte in the right hand and piano in the left hand. So let's see if we can do this, okay? Let's do that again. Did you notice how I played the right hand louder than I played my left hand? That's what we want to keep practicing, okay? So you're going to play the right hand louder, forte, right? Louder and legato. You're like a beautiful singing line. And then you're going to notice the left hand is piano, so you're going to play it softer and staccato, shorter, right? And then you're going to put your two hands together and combine the louder legato line with the shorter staccato left hand, okay? Then you're going to learn all the lyrics and sing it with the playing, and then you're going to learn the solfege and sing that as well. Let me give you a few tips as well to help you out. First of all, let's look at this right hand. So see how we're going to go from the C, E, G up to the C there? We're going to do a little stretch, right? So we're going to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 like this. So 1, right? To 2 to 3 and then stretch up to 5. Okay? Now, if we come down here, okay, we're going to kind of see that same pattern, but we're not going to go up to the C anymore. It's just going to stay on the G. So we don't need a stretch. We're just going to make it 1, 3, 5 this time. So 1, 3, 5, but we don't go up, so we're just going to keep it there on 5. So just make sure you pay attention. It looks like the same pattern, but we're going to use a different fingering. Now let's take a look at the left hand. So we're going to see here that's a little bit of a jump over, right? So let's get there. We're going to start on our 5 finger, down on the F, up to 3, 2, stretch, 1, and then we're going to swing our 3rd finger over for that A, and then 2, 1 again. See how we did the 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1? Okay, so that's the pattern we're going to do. 5, 3, 2, 1, swing over 3, 2, 1. Okay, now if you go to the second system, there's no numbers for you. But guess what? It's going to be the same fingerings. So let's start on the C this time. That's going to be 5, 3, 2, 1, and then swing that finger over, 3, 2, 1 again. Fun. Now in the third system, it looks a little bit different. So let's see what we've got there. We're going to start on 5 again, on G. It's going to be, oh, but we're not doing 5, 3, 2. We're doing 5, 3, 1 this time, right? So 5, 3, 1. Still swing over. 3, 2, 1, 2. Fingerings are written into the music as a suggestion. So if it works for you, fantastic. But if you find something that works better for you, you can go ahead and use that fingering as well. For example, if you go back and you liked this fingering pattern with the 5, 3, 2, 1, you can do that. You don't have to switch a finger here. You can go ahead and play the 5, 3, 2, 1. But now we have to swing this finger over and play 2, 1, 2. That totally works too. So if you like this fingering here, you can do that. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That works pretty well. I like that too. All right, so let's look at the final system. I love it. We're going back to the 5, 3, 2, 1 pattern down here at the low C. So 5, 3, 2, 1. But we're going back down. 2, 3, 5. And then we're going to go up to the F sharp with the 2, 1, and then 5 again. So today we learned a new song called On Top of Old Smokey, and we practiced counting our subdivisions, and we got to practice using some dynamics and articulations. So remember, you're going to practice your right hand, you're going to practice your left hand, you're going to practice counting and all your subdivisions while you're playing, you're going to put your hands together, you're going to learn to sing your lyrics while you play, and sing your solfege while you play, and you're going to get so good at playing the piano. Remember, practice all your songs, sing as you play, and memorize everything. Prestissima out.